Dear students, welcome back to our video lecture series. So in this session, you are going to learn about some of the applet programs that you can build and execute in your lab sessions. That is an applet program to display numeric values and an applet program to read inputs from the user. Okay, so at the end of the session, you will be able to learn how to create and execute simple applet programs. The first program, that is displaying numeric values on the output window of an applet. So for this, I have to import AWT package and applet package to my current program, and then I'm creating a class with the name num values, that is numeric values, which extends an applet class. And now I'm overriding the paint method of an applet class by declaring two variables, n1 and n2, with the initial values 12 and 15. And later I'll find the sum of these two values, that is sum equals to n1 plus n2. And next, I have to display this sum value on the output window of an applet. How to do it? So it is a bit tricky here. You cannot directly print the numeric values, that is numbers, on the console or the output window of an applet. So what you have to do is you have to convert this numeric values to string, and then you have to call graphic class method to draw that string on the output window. So for that, I'm declaring a string variable yes with the string, that is the sum is, which is concatenated with the sum value, which is being converted into the string type. To convert a numeric value to string, we are using value of method. So the value of method will convert the numeric value to the string type. Okay, we have discussed wrapper classes, and there we have discussed how to convert numeric values to string types. You have to follow this syntax. So you have to use this value of method to convert the numeric value. So the numeric value which has to be converted should be passed as a parameter to this value of method, and this will generate a string. This method will generate a string. The sum of 12 and 15 is 27. So that 27 is converted into 27, which is a text. And then it is concatenated with this previous string. The sum is colon 27 is now stored in this variable, string variable s. And now you can call upon drawString method of a graphic class to display the string at the coordinate point specified. So you have to pass s, the string that has to be displayed on the output window, and the coordinate values, that is 50, 50. You can change the coordinate value according to your requirement. So this is about displaying numeric values on the output window of an applet. Okay, and next program. And to run this program, what you have to do, you have to create a .java file, and once you compile, the system will generate .class file. So after that, you have to create an HTML document, and then you have to run that HTML document by using either a web browser or applet viewer tool, which is by default supported by all the Java development kit. Most of the Java software comes with this tool. You can use that tool to view the output of an applet program. Next, in the second program, we are reading the input values from the user. So in the previous program, we have initialized the values of n1 and n2 by 12 and 15, but we have not read the values for n1 and n2 by the user. So now in the second program, we will see how to read values from the user. Okay, the program here begins with import statements, that is import AWT package and import applet package to our current program. And then I'm declaring a class called user input, which extends an applet class. And within this class, I'm overriding the init method of an applet. Hence, I'm declaring an init method in this program, whereas in the previous program, I have not used init method because I'm not doing any initialization. Okay, so here what initialization we are going to do, let us see. So to read input from the user in applet, we are going to create text boxes. You know about text boxes because you have all used Gmail web page to log into your account. So you can check it out if you have not seen the text box by visiting a Gmail website. Okay, so this text field class is a class which is supported by an applet package to create a text boxes. Okay, so I'm creating an object of text field, that is text1 and text2, and I'm fixing up the size of the text box to 8 characters so that the text box can accept a maximum 8 characters from the user. Okay, and then I'm calling this add method to place that objects of a text field into the output window. So add text1, add text2 will add these two text boxes on the output screen. So hence you can see two text boxes on the output screen. Okay, next, after init method, next I'm going to call the paint method to display the output. Okay, so here within this paint method I have written g.drawString input integer numbers in each text boxes. So I am asking the user to enter two integer number in each of the text boxes, and this string will be written at this coordinate point, that is 10, 15. Next, in the next stage, I'll check whether that numbers that has been inputted in the text boxes are integer or not. So if they are not integer, I'm going to catch an exception. So to catch that exception, I'm using try and catch blocks in this program. So within this try block, I'm going to write a set of statement which can raise an exception. So what type of exception? Let us see. I'm declaring a string variable s1, so which reads the value of a text box 1. Okay, text1 dot get string. So the get text method will read the value of the text box, and obviously the applet treat the input as text, not as the numbers. So whatever you read it from the text box, it will be a string, and this will be stored in the variable s1. And similarly, you are going to read the value of the text box too, and you will store it in another string variable, that is s2. So you will write string s2 is equals to text2 dot get text. After reading the value from the text box and storing it in a string variable, now you have to check whether that input that is given by the user is a valid integer numbers or not. So for that you have to do a conversion. You have to convert the string into an integer. So we have, while discussing the wrapper classes, we came across this parseInt method. So the parseInt method will try to convert a string into integer type. So I'm making use of that parseInt method to convert the value of string s1 into an integer. So I am writing integer dot parseInt, where I here is capital letter, parseInt of s1. If this s1, that is this string, is a valid integer, it will convert it into integer and it will store it in this variable x. Suppose if the text that is entered by the user is not a valid integer, and the execution of this statement will raise an exception. Okay, that is why I have placed this statement within the try block. So when the exception is raised, that will be catched by the catch block exception. That will be catched by the catch block, that we will see it in the next slide. So here the statement int x equals to integer dot parseInt of s1 and int y equals to integer dot parseInt of s2 are the statement which can raise an exception while converting a string value to integer value. So hence I have placed these two statements within the try block. Okay, actually you should not close the try block here. Just make a correction. The try will close it in the next slide. And Next, after reading the input from the user, you are going to find the sum of those two numbers and you are going to store it in variable z. And now you have to convert that integer variable or the integer value to string to display it on the output window. Hence we are writing the sum is string dot value of z. So the value of z which is an integer will be converted into string and it is stored in this variable s. And now you can call this drawString method to display the result on the output window at the coordinate point 30, 50. Suppose 30, 50. And now you can close the try block. Okay. Suppose if the try block generates an exception as we have discussed earlier, so that will be catched by the catch block. Here, exception is a general class which catches all types of exception generated in the try block. And now if that exception is catched, I'm just printing the statement that the numbers entered by the users are not valid, hence I'm printing invalid numbers. And the catch block is closed and the paint method is closed and the applet class is closed. So this is the program that illustrates how to read the values from the user using text boxes. And that concludes the program explanations related to applet programming. Thank you. Thank you for your patience listening.